This is this interaction between externalization and internalization. Yeah, it is a constant movement. And so this is one feedback cycle. Yeah, so I do something and get feedback from my own action. And this regularizes neural structures. But then the important thing is interaction with others. And then you have a double effect. Yeah? You have the effect that this immediate feedback mechanism from your own, the small circle, I made a diagram on this here. So one feedback circle is the narrow one, the individual one. Yeah, but the other is that the same output, of course, is an input for the other partner in social interaction, like the two monkeys. Yeah, and so the idea is that the two cycles interlock, and that is why in the end they stabilize. Yeah. Well, there is a paper on this which I use. I call this it's a model of learning, neural model of. It's not my idea. I just add the artifact dimension to fit into Aunger's theory. But it's precisely what you said. Yeah, so you have a double feedback loop. Yeah, and this is what makes the thing stable.
Actually, all the institutions are actually artifact in this sense.
Yeah, I mean, this is why in the this is why in my map I have this, in a sense, two sides of a coin. I mean, I think this is what I really need to emphasize. If I say a naturalistic approach, many people would say an institution is something like a mental phenomenon. Mental, not in the neuroscience sense, but just mental in
the sense
of
belief.
What my point is that this framework means an institution is real. Yeah. It is a thing. And you can observe this because I would say almost all institutions have a relation with things. For example, authority relations may be reflected in architecture. Money is reflected also in things. And things make a difference, as we know from Leibniz research. Money as a coin, or money in this sense, is different, obviously, from money as a credit card. Yeah? So it makes, and there's always a conjunction between what we regard as a rule, institution as a rule, and some artifacts. And that is really one, a litmus test of this assertion or proposition, a naturalistic approach to institutions. Yeah, and I think it makes a major difference to established theories of institutions in economics.
Actually, I'm writing a paper on institution, and I changed my older definitions of institutions as a shared belief. But I mean, institution, I use the word institution in the substantive forms. This is exactly like that. And these institutions in substantive form, these actually generates the shared belief. So shared belief itself is not really institutions, but of course, obviously, everybody has a different beliefs. So the exactly your shared belief is a kind of not good definitions, but rather this substantive form or artifact creates some similarities.
I mean, that is precisely, I would say, this part is the belief part.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of, I mean, every belief must be reflected in neural processes. This is the belief part. Yeah. The question is, how is it possible that this part is similar to this shared? Yeah? And the shared, the process of sharing can, I think, is only possible via this sort of coordination which operates in a sense what you call substantive or just in a sense a physical mechanism.
But that substantive form is created through the interactions, strategic behavior of economic agents. So
yeah, and even evolves autonomously. I mean, it is not necessarily the case that people already know or have some belief. I mean, the artifacts can have a spontaneous dynamics ending up.
But through the actions, actually.
Yeah. But for the actions, you don't need to have shared beliefs already. I mean, people have actions without shared beliefs. Then the actions result into some artifact-based coordination, and then in the end you have the shared beliefs, both. Yeah, maybe this is what you have in mind also.
Artifact is sort of mediating between actually in economic terms strategic behavior of agents, and that creates a sort of a certain state of play. Either sort of represented by some kind of public propositions or status functions or whatever, and that sort of facilitates sort of formations of beliefs. And so there's some kind of circular movement. So institution is a rather mediations of this behavior and cognitions. Or beliefs.
Yeah.
But you talk about history of money and primordial form of money, and of course, what is the functions of money in the beginning? Of course, it has an aspect of providing emotional kind of values and pleasures to people, but also obviously it's used